Sunday morning and I'm on Zoom. And yep, the pictures are still not filled. Fear of judgment, something I hear so many people talking about, and I'm literally videoing this in the moment. I'm just about to start a PT session with Claire, but think about it. Think about it. You're gonna share your beliefs out there with the world, and then Bill from Newcastle decides to tell you that he doesn't agree with that and he thinks you're wrong. You're gonna let Bill from Newcastle, who you don't even know, dictate the rest of your life and how you live. That is insane. Like, think about that for a second. You have no idea who that person is, and I'm generalizing with the person here, okay? So before you say anything, just think about it. It could be anyone. It could be Emma from London. It could be Jeff from Manchester. Whoever it is, you're gonna let that person dictate how you show up for the world and what you do with your life. That's crazy. I'm about to start my workout. Clearly not wearing these bad boys. Let workout commence! Workout done, I feel good! I'm sure there's going to be a little dance reel coming up on Insta very, very soon. Also, whilst I'm feeling in this super high energy state, I'm going to tackle some of the hardest things that I've struggled to tackle through the week, because I'm feeling in the right place of mind. So that's what I'm going to do. Hello! It's day 33. Double numbers. So, as you can see, lots happened. I got loads done. I organised a lot of stuff, got on top of my to-do list. Instead of having 5, I now have 1, makes so much difference. And it just makes me feel so good. I've been so pumped all day today, lots of energy. And the thing I've been working on this evening is the living designedly aspect. So how for me that journey of living designedly kind of evolves, and how I create that, or even try and structure it in some sort of way, because it's a big topic, you know, and it can be quite overwhelming. So I've done a lot of research on things like aspects of life that essentially create happiness, fulfillment, well-being, whatever it is you want to call it. Because again, living designedly is all about you as an individual and how you want to live designedly. So I'm kind of looking at all aspects of this and taking the parts that really resonate with me in order to create that. So that is going to be very different for you if you ever do this. And that's fine. And so it should be, because it's your life. But like I said, there's so many different types of research. You've got like Maslow hierarchy, basic human needs, wheels of life. There's like a ton of information out there. And I kind of put them all down and categorized them as much as I could into different sections, and then looked at, okay, which of the words that are being used, because a lot of them are essentially meaning the same thing, which of the words that are being used really resonate with me, and give me that energy, you know, that kind of intuitive gut feeling that this is a good place to go with it. So for me, I've kind of split it into the 3 areas from the kind of Maslow hierarchy, and then kind of put these subsections within it. Now I had 5 of these already, which I did at the beginning of the year, but actually there's a few that I think I've missed. Some really key ones actually. So in terms of like basic needs, I've looked at health, which includes physical and mental, environment, which is around like my home, and that space that I'm in and I live in, because that's a really important one for me, and one that I'd missed out before. And abundance, and I don't mean it in terms of abundance of like, yes, wealth in a financial freedom, but also abundance in terms of my mindset. So there's like a different spin on it. Rather than just putting wealth or finance, I think that it's a bigger thing than that. It's slightly different. Then the second layer from that would be the psychological needs, where I've got purpose, which for me, I would have put before job, career, work, but actually it's so much bigger than that. And this is something I did at the beginning of the year. I changed that word to purpose because that means so much more to me, and feels right. And then within that as well is love and connection. Love and relationships. I changed the word connection because relationship means something, again, that feels better to me. When I looked up kind of definitions and everything, like I've done a lot of research into this. I want this to feel right. And it might still change and evolve as I go. Like you might put some thoughts on this and I'll go, actually, yeah, I didn't think about that. That makes total sense. So, and then the final one, which is around your self-fulfillment needs. And I've got growth and adventure in there. And neither of those I had in my original, which is really interesting because growth is actually really important to me and something that I really value. But also adventure. I'm super curious and I love the thrill of experiences and these adventures, and I don't know why I didn't have that before, but that is really key. So I'm really glad that I've kind of done this exercise. I've put them in and I've put them all in, and I've looked at it just from a very top, top line overview. Where would I score these currently in terms of 1 to 10? Like I'm fully there, or like I'm nowhere near. So I'm really interested to see now. So my commitment for the next however many days, I've never got 8. So for the next 8 days, I'm going to look at each one individually. So tomorrow I'm going to look at the first one, which is health, and then look at how do I get it from whatever number it is currently closer to a 10. What are the steps I need to take, and how do I fit that into my day-to-day? What are the realistic things I can do now? Bearing in mind the long term might look slightly different, but what can I do now? How can I fit that in? How can I make that part of my life so that I'm not waiting for that moment of like, when I do this, then I'll be happy. Like I can do a lot of things now, especially as I'm more aware of it, especially things like the adventure side of it, which, yeah. So I'm really excited about this. I'd love to know your take on that. That's a little bit about what I've been doing this evening, and I will share kind of how I get on with each of those as I move through those next 8 days. And that is all about the living designedly aspect. The working designedly, this is definitely going to fit into that, because when I get to the one around purpose, but also some of the others, growth, I think that's really going to be beneficial towards the working designedly aspect as well. And I've got a few things coming up this week, which again will be very interesting, how, I'm working with a client around something different, and I want to share that with you as well. So lots happening, super excited. Why wouldn't I be? I think everyone says that, don't they? But hope you've had a really great weekend. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.